We're so glad we had this time together. And now it's time to go. It won't be long until we have another show. So keep us in mind, get online.
We're starting. Take 2.
It's that time again. It's the Burky and the Badger Board Game Babble Show. It's going to get wild. It's going to get wacky. It might even get a little zany. We're going to talk about board games and the board game industry. And, you know, we might talk about anything else we want to talk about.
Ha ha ha!
Ho ho ho!
We're on live. It's Burky and
Badger. He's better known as Kevin Burkhardt, man who can punch through walls.
and very dublet.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well, chap. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. I am so pumped about tonight. Yeah, you look a little. It's early in the morning in France.
It is indeed. It's 4 in the morning, and I've been drinking vodka since about 3, so I should go a bit like that a bit later.
Yeah, you're lying. I saw you drinking that coffee.
It wasn't coffee. That was actually
in the morning.
Sleep. Okay, so what's going to be in our show today then, Mr. Burky?
Hey, we got a lot of great stuff today. We've got special guests, a lot about the things that make you go, We've got the good, the not so bad, and the ugly segment. And we've got a special guest, who's behind the door. And then, of course, we've got our Babble topic.
Well, we know who's behind the door because you can probably see him just at the bottom of the screen somewhere around here. And his name is Mr. Searling. Robert Searling. How do you do?
Oh, I'm live. Okay, great, guys. How are you?
You said you wanted to be in the whole show, so you're in the whole show.
Okay. All right. Yes, I do. I love you guys.
This is awesome, Robert. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here.
Good. We're happy to have you.
So hopefully we're going to be okay with our technology. If we have some little glitches or a little bit of R2-D2 sounds, we want to apologize that right up front. But we're going to just go ahead and we're going to have a good time talking about the things that interest us. And one of the things is board games, right?
Yay.
Oh, board games?
That's
Oh, wait. Honey, I'll be right there. I got to go. No, I'm just kidding.
So what have you been up to, Barry? What have you been up to lately?
Last weekend, our gaming club, had a 24-hour session in a salle de fête. What's it called in English? Oh, I don't know. But it was a community center. That's the word. It was a community center. We had 24-hour gaming. I said I was going to be there for like about 8 hours, but I ended up staying all night and playing lots of games, and I'm still a bit fatigued. But yeah, lots of games, 24-hour gaming. I don't think I'll do that next week, but I will do it again next year. What about you then, Burky? What have you been doing lately?
Well, I've been super busy, but had the opportunity to go to Dice Tower Con in Orlando, Florida, with my daughter Gabrielle for her graduation present. And I got to tell you, we had a blast. We're going to talk some more about the con and some of the things that happened there, but we just had a blast. Gaming, and out of 14 games. Yeah, we were up till almost 2 o'clock every night. Yeah. Well, hopefully getting the Wall-E Gabby, and we've just been having a blast when playing games. She won 10 out of 14 games.
Wow. And they were all against you.
Not quite, but I'll tell you some more stories about that later.
Okay. Hopefully we'll get a better signal later and we'll be able to hear those stories and join in as well because technology is not as good. Should we ask Mr. Robert what he has been doing lately?
Oh, wow. So about a month ago, I was in Orlando for a different reason. I took, so those that don't know me, I've got 8 kids. And so I took 4 of them to Disney World and did the Disney thing for about a week. And it's like my favorite all-time place. So, yeah, so for the past couple of weeks, I've been...
Sorry.
No.
Sensitive iPad. Very sensitive. Carry on.
So for the past couple of weeks, I've just been catching up work in the business. So making inserts and a couple new designs and just catching up on a lot of the orders I've got. And then also trying to vamp up the Dice Tower news site. Which
it does look very good.
That's been my life. And just playing games with the kids.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures on Facebook, Robert, and I know you're a great family man, and you've got about 1,000 kids, don't you?
Minus 1 or 2, I think, or maybe 992. There's about 8, but it does feel like 1,000 a lot of the time. It sounds like 1,000.
It sounds like 1,000. I can imagine. I have 1, and she sounds like 6. The multiple personalities.
I suppose we might as well just get right to it here. Well, hopefully we have good connection. Barry, do you want to just start out with our news segment, things that make you go, hmm?
Let's go. The news. Things that make you go, hmm. Yeah, come on. Bring it on. Hip, hip. Board games are hip. Yeah, come on, bring your hip. Yeah, dance with the hip, hip, hippity hop. Oh, there you go. Board game news! What has been making us go, hmm? Now, recently, the Spiel des Jahres has just finished, and they've announced their winner. And that winner is the fantastic game called... What's it called again? Cult Express! Yes! Music, hurry up and finish. Spiel des Jahres, yeah. Huh. Hip, hop, hip, hippity, hip, hop.
Yeah, Cult Express, you varmint. Listen here, Pilgrim. I wouldn't push it because I got a touch of the hangover.
Yeah, so... Oh, thank you, Kevin. Thanks for the show. Oh, it's Robert's showing it, sorry. Cold Express won the Spiel des Jahres, and it beat 2 other games, and I'm glad that it beat those 2 other games because they're not as good as Cold Express for me. What did you think, Burky?
I got to tell you, we love Colt Express. Our family has played it, and we're actually thinking about doing our next episode of Board Game Theater with Colt Express and getting our cowboy on.
Oh, yeah. You're Clint Eastwood. Robert, what did you think about Colt Express winning the Spiel des Jahres?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think I enjoy it. I'm more happier with it having played the game. It was a game that I didn't really think I'd enjoy, and it's one that I played with the kids, and it was just a ton of fun. I've never played any kind of a programming game before, so I've never tried like Robo Rally or anything like that, and it was just the quality of the components, obviously, the gameplay, it was a favorite with the kids and myself. I'm happy it won.
Yeah, definitely. I've got, was it Machikuro? It's called Mini Villa here in France. And last week at the 24-hour gaming session, I managed to play the game. And I won't go into too much detail about it, but I'm glad Colt Express, it won. So that made me go, Burky, what about you?
Well, what about the Kennerspiel? What did you find out about that, Barry?
I didn't write
What
it
did
down.
Broom service.
Oh, yes, I did write it down.
I thought you did.
No!
Things that
Very
make you
early.
go. So have
Yeah.
either of you guys played it?
I haven't, no. No. Have you?
Did it, Robert?
Nope. Nope.
Well, that's our commentary for the Kennerspiel this year.
Nope.
3 board gaming experts. Have you played it? No, I haven't played it. No. What's that game called again?
Cult
You know,
Express.
I went to the Dice Tower Con, and during that time, we got to go to the Dice Tower Award Show.
Mm-hmm. And
Some of the things that happened there. Hopefully, I don't cut out on you. But most innovative game was Tragedy Looper. Either of you played that?
no.
Nope.
I haven't played it either. Best two-player game and the best small publisher this year went to White Wizard Games and their game Star Realms.
Woohoo!
And I gotta say, I was so happy about this because we love Star Realms. We just finished our Board Game Theater version of Star Realms. It's on our website. And we even have a contest running now where you can actually win Star Realms. So it's time for a little bit of business here in promo, but you can actually win the game. You can win a set of the
Cards. Expansion. I'm just filling in words there, sorry.
So, but anyway, Star Realms, great little two-player card game. The best strategy game of 2014, according to the Dice Tower Awards, is, wait for it, 5 Tribes by Days of Wonder.
Woohoo!
That was quite a category. What do you think about that one?
What category was that? Sorry,
Strategy games.
strategy games.
I'll tell you, 5 Tribes made quite a hit at Gen Con last year. That's, I think, where they debuted it. I know there was quite a line to pick it up, and they sold out nearly every day, Days of Wonder. And I heard there's an expansion coming out for it soon, right?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, the Gins, and it's a great game. We enjoy that game, and I think it was well deserved. That was kind of a difficult category. The best party game of 2014, according to the Dice Tower Awards, was Spyfall.
That's a great game.
Either of you played Spy?
No, I haven't played it. Ooh!
Very good.
The Manhattan.
Very good game. You know, somebody else, well, I got lucky, and there was a print and play version going around for a while before you could get the print version, the real game. I think, well, I don't want to get into any. Well, anyway, I was able to play it, and then when this came out, it was just an instant buy. It's a real tight fit, though, when you sleeve your cards and put your baggies in. And
do you play that a lot with the family then? Does it come out regularly?
Yes, the kids have fun. Some of the older kids. It's not for younger kids.
Yeah.
Not because it's naughty. It's just a little hard to come up with
the questions.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity to play that at Dice Tower Con, and that's one of the games we're going to talk about in our good and the not so bad and ugly section.
Okay.
The best new designer went to Alchemist and Mattis Courtry.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Have you guys played that game?
No.
Kev? He's
muted.
I see him
I
moving.
think I was.
There you go.
The 2014 best game theming of the year went to Dead of Winter.
Oh, Dead of Winter cleaned up, didn't they?
Yeah, that was
Geez.
excellent game. But I haven't played it.
Oh, they got more than I don't want to steal Kevin's thunder.
It was pretty much the rage, but the best game reprint, and this was kind of interesting, went to Ticket to Ride 10th Anniversary Edition.
Have you ever played Ticket to Ride?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I pretty much stay with games like Sorry and Monopoly and
Yeah.
I played Snakes and Ladders yesterday. Yeah. Sad, eh?
Okay, best game expansion, Barry.
Yeah.
Yes, Barry.
Well, I did vote, so I had a bit of influence. You know,
That's still a
Tuscany.
It
game
went
I
to
wanna get
Tuscany.
Excellent
Gabby,
expansion.
my daughter and I got to play Tuscany expansion with viticulture, and we had this delightful lady named Jean actually teach us the game at the con, and we just had a blast.
It is fun just trying to, in your head, try to get your head round all the different things that you can do to win. I mean, I don't know how many expansions you actually played with. I can imagine probably about 3 or 4. Woo! But yeah, it is. The more you add in, the more it expands your mind, the more routes of winning you've got, and it just looks beautiful. It plays smoothly. There's nothing out of place with that game. It's a wonderful game, and I'm glad that it won the expansion.
Barry, on viticulture,
For
is
sure.
it a game that is great in and of itself without the expansion, or is it one of those games where you really need the expansion to bring it to its fruition?
What I'd say, if you play the base game, when you played the base game for the first time, you're like, okay, this plays a bit like Stone Age, for example. And then when you add in the expansions, you're like, your mind starts expanding, and you think, wow, that's good. And once you've played with, say, 3 or 4 expansions, you never play the base game again because the base game seems dull. It seems lifeless. Having the expansions just adds so much. It's like it's like playing Descent with all the monsters, and then you've got this wide palette of things that you can play with. That's a bad comparison.
So you said expansions. How many expansions come in the Tuscany box?
Okay, there are 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 expansions, but you can only play with 9 at the same time because there's 3 expansions that you can either play one or the other. And yeah, and
The way Jean explained it to us, she said you needed to uncork the expansions like a fine wine.
Yeah, that's how it says it in the rules. But I did that, and it's good because you learn the game as you're going along. But I found it a lot better just after you've learnt the game. You can just take out what you don't want. There's a few expansions that are a bit too complicated for explaining for the first time. So like the patrons, you can take that out if you want. And but apart from that, it's solid. It's solid. Once you play it, you never go back.
Well, the best game artwork of 2014 Dice Tower Awards went to Abyss. Yay!
Yay, the
I
Abyss.
thought this was fantastic because I love.
You love, do you?
I love the love.
I was thinking the same.
I'm a jellyfish. I'm having at it. It's awesome.
Hey, you know, Abyss was another one that came out at Gen Con last year, and I was really what do you guys think about all the different box covers they had? What do you think about that? About publishers making more than one box cover?
I thought it was nice. It made it hard to want to pick up the version that you wanted because went into my store when they had 3 of the 5, and I was like, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I wanted the other one, which so I had to wait until that came into stock. I either had to wait or I had to just pick up one and just suffer with the cover. But they're all beautiful.
Yeah, it's really good art.
Yeah, that's the way I felt. I got mine from Cool Stuff, and I got the Queen, you know, the purple lady. but I would have preferred to get the.
Yeah, I would have preferred to got that. Also, hopefully everyone can hear what you're saying, Kevin.
Yeah, it's cutting out a little bit here. Go ahead and talk about the next game for a few moments, and I'm going to try something. But the best family game of 2014 Dice Tower was Splendor.
Yes.
Splendor. Splendor is one of the few games my wife will play. It's also I bet you a lot of people already know this, but it just came out Thursday, a couple days ago, for the mobile. I got it for the iPad. I'm sure it's out on Android and what have you, but really beautiful implementation. I mean, it's a gorgeous app.
Yeah, it does look it. I was tempted, but I'm worried about my little screen. My little screen's too small, maybe, for it. So,
yeah, I haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet.
On the app or the game itself?
On the app. We've got the game. We like the game, but my son-in-law actually loves playing Splendor. Just thrilled about it.
Yeah, it's a lovely puzzle game, and it just has this draw to once you play it, you want to play it again, especially if you lose, because you just think that you've got this strategy, and someone crushed you, and you think, okay, I'm going to try this time, and it just gives you this. I want to play it again as soon as you're finished, and where it's quick to set up again, you can do it. It's a small game, but it feels really massive as a puzzle.
You guys tell me this. For me, unless there's something else coming out, and I don't know what they're called, but they're the people that you're trying to get. You know, that you got like 4 of them along the side. Mm-hmm. That almost seems like something that got thrown on at the last minute. I mean, you're spending all this time building an engine, and building a souped-up engine, and by the time you get to the point, I don't know. It seems awkward to me trying to get those people. I'm more worried about the engine and getting the victory point cards that are out, and it's almost like I'm lucky if I get them, and I don't really pay attention to them.
I kind of base my strategy around them.
Really?
So I look. I don't want to give it away my strategy, but I base my strategy around them. I look at what is out there, and then I decide whether I'm going to go for like 2 or 3 of them, or if I'm just going to go for 1, but mainly just build up my mind. So it is this kind of like different road. You can go like mainly. You could just build your engine up and win that way, or you could introduce the patrons, I think they are, and you can bring it on a certain level. So you can either go lots of patrons and not very good engine, or vice versa. So
I don't know. It just seemed like by the time I got to where I could afford a patron, the game was almost done. But maybe I need to be thinking. I don't know. It's a great game. I like it.
My son plays that exact. That's what he does, and he always beats me to the punch, and so he's always about 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, and my daughter always does the same. She always goes for the patrons, and then it's like she takes the one that I want. I was building to, and it was one that was essential to my engine as well. So,
yeah. The best board component of 2014, according to the Dice Tower, was Star Wars Imperial Assault. Dun 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 dun.
Kevin, you are my father.
No!
Yeah, very, very impressive components. I have a copy. I've played it once, unfortunately, because it's in English, and the French version still hasn't come out, so finding English players is a bit awkward. But I have played it, and it does play like Descent, and the components are just beautiful. The card art is wonderful. It's just nice to look at.
Yeah, in fact, my son just for Christmas, and he started painting pictures. First time he's ever done it. Some of them.
Kevin's doing his impersonation of a Star Wars droid.
Am I sounding like R2-D2?
More like the Medbot. Yep,
The
sir.
power droid.
Anyway, Josiah got Star Wars, and for his birthday, he got a fantastic insert from Robert Searing, insert here, .me.
Woo!
Actually,
Yeah,
this insert was perfect because Josiah started painting all of these minis, and he just did a great job. It's amazing. Good job he done. There it is.
And
You talk about a big box.
And it definitely deserves an insert. I've got it all still in bags, and it looks horrible, and it's a pain to set up. So I need to place an order.
I need to just send you something.
Well, that foam core insert is fantastic. Yeah, look at it, Robert. Put that up. Talk.
Yeah. And talk at the same time.
Yeah. So this is just one of the small. It's hard to show it. You can go to the site, which is shameless plug here, www.inserthere.me. But it's got the top tray. Let me see if I can pull this out. It's got enough room for not only the base game but all the current expansions that are out. So you can fit the all your Rebel pieces up here, and then it's got these trays for all your tokens that come out, and you can I don't know how that looks, but yeah, there's plenty of room for the expansions, and that's with the general. I'm going to butcher his name, Weiss, the guy that does the AT-AT.
Yes.
So if you look at the bottom, well, it's such a big box. Anyway, yeah, I'm not going to bore you guys with that, but it holds both of the little
AT-ATs.
Yeah, ATSTs.
Oh.
Chicken walkers.
Yeah, they're lovely.
So Kevin, have you guys brought it out yet?
Yes, I don't know. He's indisposed at the moment, Robert. It's just me and you. Welcome to the Robert and Badger Show.
The Robbie, Bobby, and Badger Show.
Okay, I will swiftly move on to other things that make me go.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, other things that make me go, It's been announced that Time Stories from Space Cowboys is coming out at Essen. Now, this is one of those games which has been on hold for a long time and in production, in playtesting, because it's a time story game and a timeline. It's an adjustable timeline, a bit like Tragedy Looper, and it's been in production for a long time and in lots of playtesting going on, and it is eventually coming out at Essen, but only in French, which is good for me because I can play it in French. Oui, c'est très bien ça. J'aime ça. Ça c'est cool. Nickel chrome. So I will be looking out for that at Essen, and I'm sure that one of my 20-odd friends here will probably pick that up as well. Are you looking forward to Time Stories, Robert, or is it not on your radar?
Not on the radar.
Yeah.
No, there's a couple Kickstarters I'm really looking forward to. One of them being that Ghostbusters from that made so much money. Yep. A couple others. You know, I'm a huge. Is it Ray Harryhausen or he's the guy he did? Yeah, he did. Well, in the '80s, he did Clash of the Titans. He's done a lot of the Sinbad stuff, but he did Jason and the Argonauts, and there's a really cool Jason and the Argonauts game actually on Kickstarter. I think maybe for another day, and I got in on that. Trying to find out more about it, but oh man, that was, as a kid growing up, that was one of my when all the skeletons pop up and they start fighting that, and I love that
as well. I remember going to the cinema and seeing 2 of the Sinbad films at the cinema, and it was like awesome. Everything is awesome. Where we nick everyone else's catchphrases. Okay, and moving swiftly along, my last bit of news that I want to go to is it's been announced by Bethesda that they're bringing out an Elder Scrolls card game. Elder Scrolls is Skyrim and Oblivion, and I am that's computer games, obviously, and I'm a big fan of Skyrim and Oblivion because they're just these lovely big open worlds, and I was shocked to see that there's a card game coming out, and I'm thinking, cool, and then I see that it's a free-to-play strategy game. And I'm thinking maybe it is an online card game, much like all the card games which are developing onto apps. So it's like Dominion and Ascension. So I'm a bit that made me go definitely. Are you a Skyrim fan?
Yeah,
Rob?
I read. Now I don't have a lot of times anymore for board or for computer games, but I did play quite a bit of Skyrim. It was just one of those games where I just kept doing the side quests, kept leveling up. I don't know that I got anywhere in the main quest. It was like that with Oblivion as well. But I heard, aren't they coming out? Didn't they announce their next one?
Yes, they have.
What's that called?
That's Fallout 4.
What? New Elder Scrolls game?
Oh no, but the other Elder Scrolls game is the online one at the moment, which is out. So
yeah, they announced the next one after Skyrim, though. There's a new one coming out. Really?
The only one that I know of is Fallout 4. It's been announced about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's their big game at the moment. Hello, Kevin.
Hey, I think I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Want you back good, and whatever I said and whatever I didn't mean it. Let's move on. We shall move on. I didn't have time to load this song up. Oh.
Well, I think I'm probably having some technology issues. It keeps airing out on me on the Google, so I'll try to go along with you guys, but you just have to carry the show if I'm unable.
Not a problem. Not a problem. I don't know where it's gone. You might have to carry on without me because it's now time for... Oh, yeah.
The good. The not so bad. Wait for it. And the ugly.
Yes. The good, the bad, and the ugly. This is where we talk about music that we like stopping and forgetting to stop, like that.
Bad and the ugly. We've got this one here. There it is. The not so bad. Now, isn't that one apropos?
Yes, yes. And then we have the ugly, which looks a bit like that. Oh, that's probably not coming out very well on screen. Sorry, I should have sent you a better image, Kevin.
Big,
sorry,
huh?
mate. Yeah, it's too big.
I have one. How's this? Oh, yeah, it's ugly. That's all we can say. It's ugly. It's bad. It's ugly. He needs a smaller finger, but then you'd be doing brain surgery.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Robert, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about games that we've played recently, and then what we do is we ask everyone if they think that we thought it was good, not too bad, or if it was ugly.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah, basically, if we think that this game is good, if it's in that category, we recommend it. If it's not so bad, it's kind of like, yeah, we recommend it. It's a good game. We may or may not really care for it, whatever, but it's a good game. And then the ugly is we don't want anything to do with it.
Moving along. Moving right along.
So what have you been playing, Barry?
Well, I played a new game which has come out called Crossings, and I haven't loaded the picture up for it yet. And it's a very light game by Space Cowboys, and I saved it, and it's here. It's by Space Cowboys and Cocktail Games. And in this game, he says, putting a picture on the screen like so. Each player will take a little personality card like that one there, and then there's these mushrooms placed on the table, and there's one less mushroom than there are players. Each mushroom will grow 2 gems on it each round, and then what everyone does is they point up to the sky, and on the count of 3, they point to one of the mushrooms. If they are the sole player pointing at the mushroom, they collect the gems on it. If they 2 people pointing at a mushroom or more, nobody gets anything. After the mushrooms grow 2 gems, any mushroom has a gem on it already, it grows 1. And then you start again. Everyone points a finger in the air, and then you point to a mushroom. Again, if you're the sole person, you collect. But the thing is, you can point at someone else's personality tile, and if they've got gems on it, you can steal those gems. And if you want to, and you've got gems on your tile, you can bank your gems by covering them over. And so this game will keep going until there's no more gems left in the bag. And these gems have different scoring ratings, so they're all worth 1 point each. Unless you get a collection of 3 different colors, then they're worth 5. And so you keep playing this, and then you count up your scores at the end. Very simple, very light game. What do you think I think about this game? Kevin?
Well, I think that you would probably think it was... Go for it, Kev. I don't
Am
sign
I
anything.
back?
Yeah, and you're better
Well,
than before.
I'll let you guess, Robert. I'll let you guess. I only caught about half of that, so.
Shoot, he likes Splendor, which is a light game. It's got gems and shiny things. I'd say that it was probably the not so bad.
Not bad. I would say it's awesome.
Okay.
I think this game is just really, really great fun. It does have that kind of Splendor feel, but at the same time it has that kind of not Sheriff of Nottingham, but it's one of these kind of social deduction games where you're trying to figure out what people are going to point to, and it's just really quick to learn, really quick to play. As soon as you play, you want to play again because it's just fun. You're pointing at people and you go, no, don't point at me, you steal my gems, and it is. I think this is a game which people are going to be talking about for a couple of years or so because it is just a fun filler, really, really quick, really, really beautiful, and I think it's great. Sold on this one. Got to buy it now. Burky, what game have you been playing?
He's playing charades, and he's a mime.
3 words. First word sounds like beard.
Second word, statue.
Beards Against Humanity. No. Okay, I'll move on to my next game that I played. I'm going to have to load the image of it. We have this game here. This is an older game. I played it recently because I don't get much chance to play it because, one, it's only printed in English. And we played this at the 24-hour gaming festival that we had. And this game is Last Night on Earth. You have to take out the zombies, and it's a very, very light kind of take that, roll and move game where you're either trying to kill the zombies or you are the zombie trying to kill the heroes, and you've got different scenarios, and you're moving around this modular board. And I was quite surprised to play it because the copy that was there was all in English, and my copy that I have, I've translated all the cards into French. So I think this game is going to be hard to play with French people. But these 4 other guys that I was playing with, not a problem. They played better than I could, and I was playing cards and going like, "This is going to happen," and they went, "No, you read it wrong." And they were actually reading word for word, and they understood the words on the card better than I did, and so I felt a bit silly because I'm English and I can't read English. But yeah, Last Night on Earth, zombie game, very, very light. Probably a game which not a lot of people talk about no more because there are other 500 zombie games in the world. So what do you think? Do I think it's good? Do I think it's bad? Or do you think I think it's ugly?
Well, knowing your taste, I think you're going to say not so bad.
Okay. Robert, what do you think?
I would say the not so good. I think I rarely see videos up of you posting reviews or thoughts on dungeon type crawl, zombie type games. You said you only played Imperial Assault once, and that's a heck of a game. So this being an older game and a little bit of all, I'll say the not so good.
Yes, it's not so bad at all.
Okay.
It is a game which is it's got some very old mechanics which people don't like the take that aspect and the roll and move. But I think that the game has it captures the feel of a B-movie zombie film, and that is something that I love. The theme and the mechanics kind of just do gel really well together. It's not a game for everybody. Not a lot of people are going to like this. I've tried teaching this to my mum and dad, and they just did not get it. This is a game that I really want to love. I've got some of the expansions, and I really want to play it some more. But as you said, Robert, I haven't done many reviews on dungeon crawl games. I'd love to, but it's finding people to play them with. My daughter is starting to play. I've got one dungeon crawling game that I want to get done. So, yes.
You know, I really like those. That's Flying Frog, isn't it? Aren't they the ones that did that?
Yeah.
They've got a unique kind of look to their games. They use real actors, and you said something that kind of made me think of one of their other games. You said something about that oldish style type game. Have you ever tried Conquest of Planet Earth, the sci-fi game?
No, I haven't. No.
It's got that old 60s, 70s sci-fi look to it. War of the Worlds, co-op, really good components. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I'll have to try and check that out when I can. Kevin, are you with us, man?
Yeah, I think so. I tell you, we played a game at Dice Tower called The Voyage of Marco Polo by Z-Man Games. And, yeah, this was quite a deal. We I met a couple guys that were from Edmonton, Canada, and we just got into that game. It was kind of funny because he kept talking about the camels that allow you to move, and camels allow you to do things. The lady that taught him the game called them ducks because they look like ducks. But basically in Marco Polo, you've got several opportunities to cross, get resources. And what it does about resources allows you to get different kind of goods to fulfill these contracts. But one of the abilities, when you see these player cards, when you think you look at yours, you go, oh wow, this is the best card ever. And then the next person grabs his and explains its ability, and it's the same thing. And everybody has that. And so that was one thing that was kind of interesting in the game. What do you think my take was on Marco Polo? There's the image of it for you.
I think... I mean, I like the sound of the game. It's on my radar. And I think that if you kind of like the kind of games like that, Stone Age one, I think this one kind of fits into that kind of not Final Frontier, Alien Frontier, Stone Age kind of game. So I think that you would think this is good.
What do you think, Robert?
I can't comment. I know.
There it is. It's awesome.
Everything is the same.
Woohoo! It's awesome!
Justified.
I'm just like you, Jason Levine. It's awesome!
Yeah, I tell you, when we were talking about it, when you were describing it to me, it's one that I definitely want to pick up now. If nothing else, then to get an insert made for it.
And I did hear that.
Yeah.
The dice rolling to get the... Oh, stop it. Give
Sorry.
me some internet, please. I need some internet, please. I am your father. Give me internet. That's all I want for Christmas is internet.
Beat. Give me a
Yeah.
beat. Sorry. I will talk about my next game then, quickly.
Well, let me finish. Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
Okay, I'll try to quickly. Marco Polo was fantastic. The components are great. The dice rolling mechanism to get goods reminded me of Alien Frontiers, which is the game I really enjoy. All across the board, I just love this game. I actually picked up a copy of it at Dice Tower Con. I'm so happy.
Marco.
Polo!
That's
Okay, I talked about this earlier. The other game that I played is The Game. Yes, that game which almost won the Spiel des Jahres. And I'm so... no, I'm not going to say anything. It's a card game where you play cooperatively. You each have some cards, and you've got to play them in an order, either from 1 to 99 or from 100 to 2. And on your turn, you just choose 2 cards from your hand to play, and you place them on one of the 4 piles, which are either going down or going up. The caveat to this is that if you have a card which is 10 less or 10 more, you can go backwards, and you can play that card. And the object of the game is to get through the whole deck. There are 98 cards in the deck, so it's like from 2 to 99. And the object of the game is for the team to get rid of all the cards in their hand, in the deck, and that will give you the perfect score. Kind of like Hanabi. Excuse me. So, what do you think pushed the wrong button. What do you think I think of this thing, guys?
Well, that's what I think. It's a nose picker.
You think I think it's bad?
I think you think it's bad.
Yeah.
Was I right?
What does Robert think? Has Robert
Well,
played it?
You know, if you're going with like one game in every category, then this one's got to be the bad. You know, we had the great, we had the not so good, and so we've got bad. So I'll go with bad too.
Ooh, I just noticed I uploaded the wrong picture. So give me, yeah, it is. No, yeah, that's the right picture. That's the right picture. It is not too bad. It's not too bad. It's a great mechanic, but you imagine Splendor if it had no art and no theme, and no nice components. This is the game. It's Splendor minus theme, art, and good components. It's a nice mechanic. You have to think, and when you're playing it, you're like, yeah, this is fun, but it's not a Spiel des Jahres winner, definitely.
So it's an engine building game.
Think Hanabi.
Oh,
More like
okay.
Hanabi.
That's right.
But I was just trying to think of another minimalistic game, which is elevated by its theme and its art and its components, and that's what Splendor is. It is a mechanism, but because it's got all these other things on top, you want to play it some more. Where's the game?
Well, I played another game at Dice Tower Con. We mentioned this earlier. Spyfall. Yeah, exactly. Basically, in Spyfall, you're looking at these cards, and you have to just everybody, one person information, but people will ask information of people. And basically, can you hear me?
You
Yeah,
keep cutting out, but keep going.
we've got background music.
Hey, Robert, why don't you explain the game and then I'll talk about it.
Well, it's you've got all these different you set up the game initially with all these packets. Each packet is sealed and it's a location. And so you've got like 8 or 7 of the location cards and then a spy card mixed in. And you remove the card so that you remove the location card so that there's just enough for everybody in your group to get a card, with one of those cards being the spy. And then somebody starts off asking a question. Say it's a movie theater. You might say, "Hey, what's the weather like?" And somebody might say, "Oh, it's dark in here." You're trying to give enough of a hint so that people will know, the people that have that location card know that you're there, but not enough information so that whoever has the spy, which won't know what the location is, doesn't get it. And so you're trying to guess who the spy is. The spy is trying to fit in, and it's just it's a lot of mayhem. It's a party game.
Yeah, it's a party game.
So
It's a party
Guitar
game.
Barry there.
Yeah, Guitar Barry was here. Playing my Inspector Clouseau music.
the bomb.
It
Yes,
is a hot.
get there.
Is it hot in this room?
Does your dog
The
bite?
bomb.
I'm going to say, Kevin, I think you think this game is awesome.
Yeah, I would agree. This is right up Mr. Board Game Theater's alley with acting and what have you.
Yeah.
So wrong.
Really?
I am probably in such of the minority on this, but I did not enjoy it at all.
Was it the game?
I was maybe a little bit, but I ended up being the spy right off the bat. Well, I didn't know any of these pictures, and we didn't have player cards or anything. So, as the spy, if you're looking at the player card trying to figure out what people are, it gives you away that you're the spy. Well, not knowing the game, well, that was no fun. The second game wasn't much better, and a lot of the people were asking questions. Do you have a red shirt on? Well, if you're the spy and you don't know those pictures, it just didn't make a lot of sense to me, to be honest.
Did you not think to say, yes, I have a red shirt?
I am the
Yeah, Kevin, I think with your family, if it was, I think it's the group you played with. I bet you it would be a whole different experience if you kind of knew the locations and you're playing with like a bunch of people like that you interact with. Seem like a great group of people.
Well,
So-
I generally don't like party games to begin with, which is kind of odd. I know my family does, but I played Mysterium, and I played this new game by Czech Games called Code Names. They're party games. They were fantastic, and we had a blast with those. But Spyfall for me just didn't connect.
Bizarre.
So is Mysterium in the States yet, or was that a foreign copy?
I'm not sure. I was playing with Sean Ramirez from Dukes of Dice and Susie Sheldon from Board Game Apps, and Max from Dukes of Dice was there. And I think it was the Polish version, now that I think of it. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of hype about it.
We had a blast, though. That was great fun. And that's not one that I was really preparing to talk about too much, but we had a good time with that game, and that made a little bit more sense.
Okay, have you got anything else you want to talk about, Kevin, or should we move on to next section?
I got one game real quick that we just played.
I think it's XCOM. Is it XCOM, Kevin?
You see that okay?
It's the Darkest Night. Oh.
So we played XCOM with my son. He just got it, and we played XCOM with Barry and Trevor and Josiah, 4-player game. Had the app running with it, and by the time we were done with the first round, we were totally immersed in the game. It has an app. A lot of people have different feelings about these apps in gaming, and basically what you're doing is you're trying to fend off against all these aliens that are coming on the board, and you have to work together to do it. You've got a science officer. You also have the special
ops,
and then you have the assault leader that are in the game, and they all have different roles. And the app directs you on what threats are coming into the game. And the game is designed by Eric Lang and distributed by Fantasy Flight Games. So what do you think I think about this game?
I think that you thought it was okay. Because it is a co-op game. And I don't know, maybe... I see you as a not control freak, but someone who likes having control, and to have an app tell you to do this and do that, and then you're like, ooh, I think you think this is okay. It's not too bad.
I'm gonna guess.
What do you think, Robert?
I'm gonna guess awesome. You used the word immersed, and knowing you loving sci-fi games or space games, I think this is right up your guys' alley.
What did you say?
I said awesome.
Awesome. There it is. It's awesome.
Woohoo!
No!
1
Totally
for 6.
awesome. I got to tell you.
So
I thought. Did you hear me there?
Yep.
I can now.
No problem. I thought the app was the music. Understand it. I was not a big co-op guy, but I felt engaged in that battle. I felt the threat. I was a special ops director and running the app and telling people where the threats were coming, and the aliens are coming to Australia, and they're coming to the orbiting station, and the music's tension, and we only got 20 seconds. Come on. And we went, and it was just big fun. And I think that's what Eric Lang does best. He creates games that are just big fun.
Okay, I would say he creates games which are really thematic, because I've played the Game of Thrones not collectible game, but the card game, and it's not big fun, but it's really thematic, and you are, as you say, immersed into the game because of the theme and the mechanics. They just do gel really well. So, cool. We shall move on to our next section, and our next section is Who's Behind the Door, and we know who's behind the door. Here he is, Mr. Robert Searling.
Searing! Hey, I got to say something about Robert here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
All right. One thing about Robert. Robert is the grand poobah of so many things. He's the grand poobah of webmastering for the Dice Tower.
He
Advertising manager.
You can say what you want now, Robert.
Saturday night.
So,
gigolo by day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do from now on. When he cuts out, I'm going to take over.
Yeah, go for it. I knew there was a reason we got you on the show.
But
can
I'll
we
be
do this?
impersonating him.
Can we just do this show over? This is way too good a show for the internet to be so bad today, right?
Yeah. We apologize for the internet connection here. Shame, says shame.
So
I had to get
sorry.
up at 3 o'clock in the morning for this, but it doesn't matter. We're going on to this. I'll explain this then, Kevin. This is a new section that we're going to do. Is we're going to have a guest on maybe, not every time, but maybe every time, and we are going to introduce them and to them, and then we're going to ask them some we're not going to ask. Yeah, we're going to ask them some questions, and we're going to do it like in a game style, a party game style. We'll explain as we go along. Robert, do you want to say something about yourself which we don't already know?
Well, I think Kevin was hitting on this before the inserts. It was Dice Tower. I got into board games. Real long story short was just I'm not an outdoorsy guy. I'm not a sports fanatic. My kids aren't in Boy Scouts. Board games was the way that I could connect with them. So like everyone else, I started perusing the websites and I got turned on to the Dice Tower. I reached out to Tom Vassell. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago to see if he needed any help, and he put me to work right away. So I webmastered the Dice Tower. I also act as his advertising manager, which is really cool now with the new site. We've got some really cool rotating banners and what have you. And then I also head up Dice Tower News, www.dicetowernews.com. I've got a staff of about 12, 13 people that write stories for us. And man, we got all the top great stories posting out there. So yeah, through Dice Tower and now I'm getting a lot of feedback. So through Dice Tower and collecting board games, I just, like everybody else that's trying to find storage solutions for games, I wound up Plano boxes and Ziploc bags and what have you. And then I got turned on to foam core. There was a lot of good, the esoteric gamers, I think. I forget what they're called. They had a really good tutorial out there on how to make foam core and some tips and tricks on it to make just started designing my own. And I would post them on Board Game Geek, and people would say, "Hey, you ought to try selling that." To which I never thought anybody would purchase one. And then I put one in the Jack Vassell Memorial Fund, and it sold for over $300. So I thought, well, you know what? I know that's a charity auction or what have you, but I know PHP. I know some web building. I have some web building skills. I thought, you know what? I'll just put out what I've got. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And it's been, it's not a huge money maker, but it helps fund the hobby. It helps get some fun stuff for me and the kids to play, and I just have a ton of fun making them. And plus, it organizes my board games. It helps me organize my board games.
I was going to ask, what kind of criteria does a game fit in when you decide this needs an insert?
Almost every game I own, I build an insert for. I have a hard, it's funny. One of the games, it's not in my store yet, but it will be. I have an insert designed for it. It's Elysium. Really fantastic insert. Really nice plastic. It was very thematic. It looked like a little coliseum, but it didn't have enough compartments. Some of the compartments it did have, it was so hard to scoop your hand in to get some of the pieces. They combine, like for a bank that's got different coins, $1 coin, $5 coin, $10 coins. You got to put them all in the same, little container in the insert. And Lords of Waterdeep, that was another really good insert. But it just, so yeah, to answer your question, just about anything I get, I'll build an insert for.
Can I ask, have you done the Sheriff of Nottingham?
You know what? No. And so that, there's not a lot of components on it. It's cards, and they've got a pretty good tray. Now, one of the hiccups I do have is I like to sleeve my cards. And very rarely will a game insert accommodate sleeved cards. For example, Hare and the Tortoise by Aiello. Wonderful little insert in there. I mean, it's got stuff for all the different components. But it won't fit sleeved cards. So I wound up ripping that out and designing a little insert for it so that I could have my sleeved cards. I guess I just need to stop sleeving cards.
Let me just say, viticulture, the sleeved cards fit perfectly into the inboard tray. So
Is it a pretty good insert? I don't own
It
the
is.
game.
It's a pretty good insert, but it depends on what you want to do. If you've got both the expansion and the base game, I heard that Tom managed to fit it all in one box, and I can't see how that's possible, especially if you've got the metal coins as well, unless you've thrown the cardboard ones away. But the insert is very good. But if you're going to play with the expansion, you will need both boxes. So
Gotcha.
For you, it'd be a challenge of fitting everything into one box.
Gotcha.
And there's a lot of wooden pieces.
It's begging an insert, Barry.
You're going to go for it.
I
Let me
probably
just say that Robert's inserts are really, really great. I've got a couple of them, and they just help the ease of the game. Setting it up, because everything's in trays and not everything's in bags, so you haven't got to pour it all out and then go, okay, that's your tokens. Everything has got its own little compartment. There are bits of the box the insert which you can pull out and put next to the table, which will hold maybe money or something, so you haven't got to again sort it out from its bags. The cards all fit nicely, they don't move. There's not a lot of movement in the box, and they are worth their weight in gold, but they are kind of what's the word? A luxury.
Luxury
They're
item, yes.
yeah, they're a luxury item.
And I don't, so that is the biggest complaint, is the price. And I've got 8 kids. The business is my wife and I. We've got a little table. We hand do all this. There's no automation. There's no tools. I use an X-Acto knife, glue, and some rulers. And about that. Yeah, I don't even know if there's any way to. God, I don't even know that you can laser cut some of that stuff. I don't know how you'd automate it, but you're right. It is a luxury item, and you know what? I make no bones about that. And on my site and on a lot of forums, shoot, if I can help you make it yourself, I'm all about that. I'm not here to retire on the business. It's not something I'm going to do to put my kids through school. It's something fun for me to make just a little extra money to pay for the gaming hobby that I love so much. So yeah, I have people reaching out to me for tips and, hey, what do you use for this? And can you help me with that? I've given away designs before. So I'll be the first to admit it's a little pricey, but shoot, I'll be the first to help you do it yourself if I can.
Yeah, but as I said, they're practical. They're very useful, and they just, if you're a big gaming guru, this is the thing for you. If you're not a big gaming guru and you buy like a game or a couple of games a year, then yeah, it's
absolutely.
Well,
Kevin, you with us?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't want to bring the podcast down with my quality here, but
he paused.
But I think that Rob is just one hell of a guy. He makes really cool things, and when I grow up, I want to be just like Rob.
Rob is just a big booger head.
Yeah, and as he said, he does this for love. I mean, and you can't beat that. It's when someone does something for love of their hobby or whatever in their life, it's priceless.
Yeah, and he does a really great job of these things too. And if you ever have a problem, the guy's right there for you. And these inserts too are really lightweight. Yeah, behind your head, in your head, the end of your finger.
Well, you guys are going to make me blush. Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's one of the things I try and excel on. Is I know they're pricey, and so it's the customer service. I had a guy. He got a crushed box. This is what touched me. He was buying an insert for his wife for her birthday present. And man, to think that something that you crafted, something that you made with your hands, was desirable enough to get your wife. I'm a husband myself, and that just really touched me. And so he was afraid that I wouldn't get it there in time, that it would take a couple days to make a new one. So what I did, I overnighted my own copy, overnighted it, and because the birthday was like in 2 days. And I tell you what, it's that type of. I can't afford to do that all the time, but. I try and go above and beyond. I realize that It is pricey. It is a luxury item, but I want to treat them the way, if I was making that purchase for an insert, that I'd want to be treated. So, yeah, it's a love. Was that a booger?
I love you, man. I love you, man.
No, it's not a booger. Okay. Okay. We shall ask questions to Mr. Serling now. And what Mr. Serling will be doing, the first question we'll be asking, he will be doing like 20 questions. Burky and I will ask him a question each to try and get the response, well, try to guess the response to the question that we ask him. It's a question to get a question. Yeah, works like that.
We got questions.
Okay.
The first question that we have is, Robert, we get 5 questions, and then you're going to try to stump us. What was the last game that you purchased is the question.
Okay,
gotcha.
And now we've got to ask you a question
You
each.
purchased. That's the question.
Okay.
You answer yes or no, like in 20 questions, and then we whittle down what we think your answer is. Okay. So, I will go first. Was this game a big box, or was it a big box game, Descent size?
Man. No, it is not Descent size.
Okay. Kevin.
It's smaller than Descent.
Robert, is it a space-themed game?
Yes.
Ooh.
I'm going to make a guess.
Okay. You can't be looking at my website.
I'm not looking at your website.
Okay.
But I think it's
Space Cowboys.
Space Invaders.
XCOM.
Did I lose you?
Yeah.
You think
Right,
it
I
is?
was ready to say the game.
I said Armada. Star Wars Armada.
No, that was a purchase, but that's not my last purchase.
Okay. So it's a space.
In fact,
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, boy. Okay. It was Armada. I guessed
No.
right.
No.
I'm the winner.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want a big fat no.
Is this space game a licensed space game?
No.
Ooh.
Is this game? Do you have a guess, Barry?
I haven't got a clue.
Okay.
It's not Clue.
Yeah, Monopoly in space.
Yeah, Doctor Who, the Clue game.
Yeah.
So has this game been? Is it already released, or is this something you've gotten already ahead of time?
You're cheating. That's 2 questions.
It's
You
not-
got to ask one
It's
question. Which gives a yes or no.
clarification.
Okay.
Clarification.
Well, it's a yes/no question, right? What's your question?
The question is, has the game already been released?
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to buy it.
Okay, then I'm going to say it's Star Wars Imperial Assault.
But it's not a
No.
licensed game.
Yeah, that's licensed.
Yeah, but he said
Yeah,
it's not a licensed.
licensed game.
Oh, it's not licensed. Cut out.
Okay. Does this game have figurine miniatures?
No.
Ooh. Have you guessed this at home, children? I haven't got a clue.
What was your question, Barry?
My question was, is there figurine miniatures in the game? And he said no.
I'm sorry, I keep cutting out there, so. What was your question, Barry?
My question was, did you shave your beard this morning? No. Was there any figurines, miniatures in the box?
And there are none.
And there are none.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Thing.
Is that?
Does it involve a train, Rob?
Ooh. Space train.
So, Robert, is this a cooperative game, Robert?
Ooh.
Did you hear that?
Is it co-op, Rob? And let's have a look. And we've lost Robert.
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Was there a question?
Kevin
Another
asked,
question?
Yeah, Kevin asked if it was a co-op game.
Yes.
Ooh. I haven't got a clue. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask the obvious.
Did he say yes or no?
He said yes, it's a co-op game.
Okay.
I'm going to ask, does this game come with an app?
No.
Oh God, so it's not XCOM. I haven't got a clue.
Well, they have miniatures too, don't they?
But they're
Yeah.
not. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to do a game.
Okay, Robert.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Wally.
Robert, is this from a new publisher?
Mm.
No.
Hmm.
Jeez.
Oh, I guess Blue Moon.
Nope.
Dark Moon, I mean.
Dark Moon?
Dark Moon Stronghold Games.
No. That's two no's.
Game.
Nope.
I forgot about that
Nope.
one. I can't believe that. Okay.
So when have I officially stumped you guys?
5 questions.
With two each, one each from each of us. Okay, space game. Ugh. Um. Is
I'm gonna try something while you guys are talking.
okay. Is this game? Does this game have cartoony artwork?
So it's not.
Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Come in. Come in. Does this game have cartoony artwork? Ground control.
No. No. It does not.
I'm gonna go with Amongst the Stars.
No, that's a good guess though, but no.
It's just I saw it there. There, yeah, behind you.
What are you looking at his derriere for?
Your last question, Kevin.
Du er un vache avec un grand derrière.
Okay, can you see me now?
Oh, you're
No.
so sexy. Nope. Nope. I will fill in for you though. I will grow my beard. Hello, I'm Kevin Berksmeer. Hard, the Bark Hardsmeyer.
Is that the question? Because that's no.
Wow. Feedback.
Can you see me better now?
No.
No. Oh man. Okay. Well, never mind.
But I can hear you.
Okay. Well, you can hear me. What do you think about? Let me see. Is it a card game?
Yes.
Go on, say it.
Okay. Is it Star Realms?
Nope.
It is.
Okay.
Do I show it? Can I tell
Yes,
you?
please. Yeah.
You can show it.
Xeno Shift.
No shit.
Dun dun dun. It's a cooperative game. It's a card game. There's no minis. It's by Cool Mini or Not. Believe it or not, there's no. It's the or not of Cool Mini or Not. And it's got a really cool Really cool insert. And it's got you're playing you've got a bunch of different cards you can purchase, and you're fighting a bunch of aliens and trying to protect your base, and it's a lot of fun. It's a really hard game, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So woohoo!
Totally about that. He wins. Our guest wins, Burky.
He did a really great job.
Yeah, he did stump us.
I kind of cheated though, because it wasn't the last game I bought. Because I've talked to both of you guys about 2 games that I had bought a little bit sooner than this, but anyway. I need a t-shirt. Send me the t-shirt. I stumped Barry and Badger. Badger and Burky.
Badger and Burky. Well, the next part of the game, guessing game, that we want to know what game
are you most excited about getting?
you have to draw some.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, so while we find Kevin, what Rob will have to do is that we'll give him about 30 seconds to draw an image, kind of telestration style, which explains the game, and hopefully we will be able to guess what the game is. Okay, Robert, do you have your pen and your paper ready?
Yes, sir.
He's already drawn.
Oh, right.
Look at him.
Wait, 30 seconds. Ding, 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 ding,
Oh.
ding, ding. Let's find some
He
music.
drew it ahead of time, didn't he?
Yeah.
No,
And here's what I did earlier. You have until the music stops. He's drawing. Look at him go. Pen and paper in perfect harmony, with lots of peppering and popping sounds on the microphone. Ho ho! And your time is coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Enough. Count. Time
So this is going to be a
up.
little hard because it's graph paper.
No. Nothing
All right,
but
so-
the best.
Hold on. You know what? Give me 1 second. I'm going to get a Sharpie and go over.
I'm glad this is not live, aren't you, Kev?
I'm
this
glad
is
this
not
isn't live.
Oh, the Google Hangout isn't live?
Yes, it is.
Everything that we do is of utmost of quality. The greatest effort has gone into it.
Okay, here I am just about done. Da, 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 da.
We've spent billions in technology to bring you this show to entertain you and keep you amused for hours upon end. And you can watch it again and again. Hey, let's go. Talk to us then, Rob.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is.
Orleans.
Yes.
Were you going to guess that, Kevin? Sorry, mate.
I want to
Yes,
guess
I will.
this.
Go on then.
I think that it's Royals.
Yes! How'd you guess it?
Yeah! Royals, baby! Am I right?
No, it's
Crap.
Barry got it.
What did Barry say?
He said it was Rails.
Rails?
With my French accent, Rails is pronounced
Rails?
better. Oui.
It's Orleans.
Which is just a bit south of Paris. That's how I knew it. Well done, Rob. That's a great drawing.
That's
So
my
we
France.
win.
I think my France is a lot better than my U.S. and my Louisiana.
Ah, there's an Orleans in Louisiana.
New
It's
Orleans.
Orleans.
New Orleans.
Ah, it's the accent which makes it a different word entirely. I'm glad I don't spell phonetically.
Yeah, kind of like patron and patron.
Ah, and tomato and tomato.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's one apiece. Third question is, we have to ask Robert what his favorite game is, and he will be giving us intervals, one-word clues of what his favorite game is, and we have to guess.
Okay. First word is critters.
Critters.
He spells phonetically.
Zuluretto.
No.
Okay. And I will try Dungeon Pets.
No. That's a good guess.
Second word.
Second word, trees.
I'm sensing resources. I'm going to say caverna.
No.
Critters and trees. Squirrel! No. Oh, la, 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 la. Critters and trees, critters and trees. There's that, but there's no critters. And then there's that, and that's got no trees. I'm going to go to make things fast and speedy. I'm going to go Galaxy Truckers.
No. All right, next word, streams.
Ooh. Intriguing. Trees. Scratching my head. It's not salmon run because that's fish are not critter. You wouldn't call a fish a critter, would you?
No.
No. So it won't be salmon run. Let's hear your brain processing.
Well, I think that it must have some streams in the game.
Carcassonne the crittery. Yeah.
Nope.
Crittery.
With the streams expansion.
What about like Lewis and Clark?
Nope.
Okay.
All right, this one might give it away.
Okay.
Cheese.
What about Lewis and Clark?
No one, Lewis and Clark.
I know what it is. It's the Mice and Mystics thingy in the new expansion.
You got it.
I got it. The Dawnwood. Treasures of Dawnwood. No.
Well, for favorite game, it's Mice and Mystics, just in general. I love the game. The kids love it. I love it. It's not so childish that an adult can't have fun with it, and the kids enjoy it. It's not too hard to learn, and it's got a wonderfully written story by one of my favorite designers, Jerry Hawthorne.
I would agree with that. But I would say never play it solo. Never play it solo. It's a dice fest. Roll to move, roll to attack, roll to search, roll to... yeah, anyway, it is a great family game, yeah, I would agree.
Yep.
Well done. We kind of won, Burky. Woohoo! 2 versus 1. And we've been replaced by Wally all of a sudden.
I got to do this more often.
What, live chatting?
I wonder if we should maybe hold off on our Babble topic until we can get this technology fixed. What do you think?
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Sorry, everybody who's watching live, and sorry, everybody who's watching this in the future. We're living in the Stone Age, where there is no Firefly, and we got Munchkins just eating up our Pingu Pingus. So we are sorry.
But Barry, you know what we do have that nobody else has, Barry?
We
Patience.
have patience, yeah.
Yeah, patience.
We have the wonderful Rob Searling with us.
We have Rob Searing, but we also, not Serling. You're not a Serling fellow, are you?
I'm not Rod Sterling.
That's the one I'm thinking of. We have a black hole.
We have, okay, I'm going to get this out yet. We have a delete button. Did you hear that?
I heard that.
We have a delete button where we can delete this whole stinking thing. I think what we need is a do-over.
I think we need a do-over, yeah. I would agree.
Yeah, I don't mind coming back. I'd love to come back.
Well, we probably lost most everybody.
Can you tell how many people are watching?
There are a couple of people watching, yes.
Yeah, what are they saying? They're saying, get that guy off of there.
I haven't had a look at the comments for a while, so nothing there, and nothing there. Nobody said anything.
Well,
They tried.
All I can say is it was sad.
Yeah, it was sad. I got that one, and yeah, I'd agree with you entirely there. Yeah, and that as well. I'd agree with that as well. Wouldn't you agree with that, Rob? What you just said, it's just poetic. We didn't catch a word. Okay, then what we'll do then is we'll wrap this show up and we'll do a do-over. Just for those of you watching, we'll pleasure you with the theme song as we go out, even though we had it when we came in and now we're going out. So maybe I'll play the opening theme as we're going out and maybe the theme as we're going in. So I'd like to, number one, say thank you to you who are watching and having your brain manipulated and monotonized and synchronized. And bye-bye, Dice Towers. Bye-bye. And we'd like to thank our host. Our host of the show is Rob Starling.
Thanks, thanks for having me on. Thanks. It was a ton of fun.
And no, you were the host. And our special guest, Mr. Kevin Burkhartsmeyer.
Better known as R2D2.
Wow. Yeah.
So sorry. So sorry.
So yeah, we'll probably do a refilming of this, and poor Rob's going to have to change all his answers to his questions, so he's going to tell you his second favourite game.
That's fine.
And the second to last game that he bought to make this fun. So from me, good night or good morning.
Good night. Good night. Good night. On behalf of Kevin and myself.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
And let's get out of here.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go.
It's time again. It's the Burky and the Badger Board Game Babble Show. It's gonna get wild.
Deja vu. You got to do this again.
You might even get a little zany.
Pick the right song.
In the board game industry. And
You got the wrong song again. Pick the right one.
we're so glad we had this time together. And now it's time to go.
Make
It won't be long until we have another show. So keep us in mind, get online. Burky and Badger will be back in no time.